Hi, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Meditation with me. We have been focusing on healing, and so I would like you to turn to Mark 5, verse 21. I am actually going to read this whole section of scripture, and then at the end of it, we'll pick the scripture we're going to meditate on today. But Jesus came to show us the Father, and so what we see when Jesus was walking on earth is the Lord's will. So we see God's will in what Jesus was doing, and it says everywhere that he healed all. He healed all. So I'm going to go ahead and read this, and so we can get some perspective of what the Lord has for you. All right, so when Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him while he was by the lakes. Then one of the synagogue rulers named Jairus came there. Seeing Jesus, he fell at his feet and pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." So Jesus went with him. A large crowd followed and pressed around him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she thought, "If I just touch his clothes, I will be healed." And immediately her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. That's what Jesus does for you guys. Immediately, he frees us from our suffering. At once, Jesus realized that power had gone out from him. He turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" You see the people crowding against you," his disciples answered, "and yet you can ask, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. Then the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet, and, trembling with fear, told him the whole truth. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." While Jesus was still speaking, some men came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue ruler. "Your daughter is dead," they said. "Why bother the teacher?" Ignoring what they said, Jesus told the synagogue ruler, "Don't be afraid, just believe." And then I'm just going to finish that. I'm going to skip a couple verses, and it says, 42, "Immediately the girl stood up and walked around. She was 12. And at this they were completely astonished. He gave strict orders not to let anyone know about this and told them to give her something to eat. So there are two immediate miracles in this story, and I just love it so much because that's really what the Lord has for us. He wants us to see these manifestations quickly. But verse 36 is the one I want to focus on today, because I just think it's really important. The example that Jesus is setting here. He says, ignoring what they said, Jesus told the synagogue ruler, "Don't be afraid, just believe." I'm going to read that in another translation. Overhearing and ignoring what they said, Jesus said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Do not be seized with alarm and struck with fear. Only keep on believing." That just really paints a picture of fear, that it just grips you and it actually freezes you, and you're unable to move forward, or you kind of give up. That fear can freeze you and you want to give up, but Jesus is saying, ignoring what they said. So whatever the report was, whatever the pain is saying, whatever people are telling you, whatever they're speaking to you about over your life or who you are, or your personality, or whatever it is, ignoring what they said, just believe. One more. But Jesus refused to listen to what they were told and said to the Jewish officer, "Don't yield to fear. All you need to do is keep on believing." All I need to do is keep on believing. That's the word of the Lord for me today. Jesus said, all I need to do is keep on believing. Keep on believing. Don't give in to fear. Don't give in to doubt. Don't give in to worry. All I need to do is believe. And if something seems to get worse and worse and worse, all I need to do is believe. I know that the Lord said He sent His word to heal me. I know that it says that Jesus died on the cross for my sins and my sickness. I know that His word is life to my bones and health to all my flesh. I know that He wants me to prosper. I know He wants me to be in good health. One of His benefits is that He came to heal all of my diseases, all of my sicknesses. Don't give in to fear. I will not fear. I will not fear. You guys, say that with me. I will not fear. This is a word for you. Jesus said, do not be afraid. Only believe. Only all you need to do. All you need to do is keep on believing. Keep on believing in what the report of the Lord is. Keep on believing in what He said to you. And today He said, I have sent my word to heal you, make you well, and that He says He loves you so, so, so much. Have a wonderful day, you guys.